Today, as we gathered for the Ohigan service, as mentioned in the Dharma school service, we hold these Ohigan services during the equinox, when the day and the night are equal. When the day and the night are equal, it reminds us of the vow that Amida Buddha made on our behalf. The vow that says that if you are not born in my land and become a Buddha equal to me, then I will give up being a Buddha myself. That's how important your life is to me. Put in another way, the Buddha reminds us that your life and my life is the same life. When you are happy, I am happy. When you are sad, I am sad. This is the promise that the vow of the Buddha has made for each and every one of us. The Buddha tells us that my life and your life is equal. My life is not greater than your life. Your life is not less than mine. Your life and my life is the same life. Whereas this might be the truth, we often don't live our lives according to this truth. And because of this, our lives, instead of being like the bright sun, looks more like the shadows of night, where we keep things hidden and hopefully away from view. And in that dark recess, there is fear in our lives. I hope that I'm not discovered. I hope that I'm not found out. I don't want people to know how weak I am. I don't want people to know how bad I am. And so we hide. And nothing is scarier than hiding, because we always think, one of these days, I'm going to be discovered for who and what I am. Amida Buddha's light, however, is always reaching out and embracing us. And as soon as that light reaches the darkness can't help but to become anything except the light. That is how Amida Buddha's vow works. And as Daniel Shonin writes, when this vow of the Buddha reaches us, it becomes the heart of assurance, because we recognize now that I no longer need to hide. I am being embraced and accepted just as I am. Even though I might be someone who does not have any good, someone who would be willing to steal cookies from his own children, someone who is more than willing and able to lie to his own wife, someone who is constantly doing bad, even this person can be accepted and embraced. It is because my wife knew that in front of these cookies, I did not have a chance, that she went out and bought a second box of cookies and saved me from the deception I created before my children. And because I knew I was saved, all I could say was thank you. It was because she knew that I could not keep my hands away from those cookies that my wife made all of these arrangements on my behalf and said, I knew you couldn't do it, but you are still my husband, you are still the father to our children, you are still a part of this family. And because of this, we are still going to have these cookies to share with everyone. The example of the cookies is very, very simple and very, very plain, but it illustrates the compassion, I think, of being accepted, of being recognized, of being embraced and not forsaken. We create all sorts of terrible things. We hide all sorts of weaknesses that go well beyond the nature of cookies. We desire this thing and that thing, and sometimes we want it at the cost of even a friend. These are terrible things to have to look at oneself, and we're very, very good at justifying a lot of our actions. But when we think about what it is that we do sometimes, I'm sure that there is the fear that follows it. What if I'm found out? What if people get mad at me? What if people hate me? It is because we find ourselves hiding in the shadows that a lot of the suffering that we have is created. Amida Buddha reaches out to us and tells us, you do not need to hide. I know exactly who and what you are. This is why I became a Buddha. This is why I gave rise to my vow. I want you to understand the truth that your life and my life is the same life. And in being embraced in this truth, in knowing that we no longer have to hide, there is the heart of assurance that Renyo Shonin talks to us about. And in this heart of assurance, we discover that we know that we can rely on the Buddha because we have discovered something reliable in our lives. And even though we ourselves may be unreliable, that the Buddha is always there affirming our lives, letting us know that my life is one that is worth living, a life that is worth sharing, shadows and all. It is not easy for me to share this story with you because I too want to look like a saint. I want to look good. I want to look like a wonderful person, not like someone who is willing to steal cookies. But in knowing that my life is embraced, I have the conviction, the strength, the courage to share this silly story with everyone because life is too short to not appreciate every single moment that we have living it. Even the times when we aren't so good. If we can appreciate the times when we're not very good, then hopefully we are able to share our experiences with others to help them from making similar mistakes. And if we're able to appreciate the bad that we're able to do, hopefully we'll be able to appreciate the good that people do for us. And when we are able, we will discover just how wonderful this life is, because your life and my life is the same life. When everyone is happy, how can I not be happy? When everyone is sad, how can I not be sad? And in this sharing, we discover hopefully how wonderful this life that we have received is, and how fantastic to be able to share it. Ups and downs, successes and failures, laughs and tears, sorrows, to share all this treasure that we call life. Today, we come and gather for the Ohigan service, and we discover just how wonderful it can be when we are able to balance the wonder and the joy with the sorrow and the tragedy, and putting it all together and calling it life, immeasurable life, life that we can share through the name Namo Amida Butsu. With this thought, please allow me to conclude my message and to thank everyone once again for allowing me to come and share my appreciation and understanding of the Nembutsu with everyone here today in this Sangha at the San Jose Betsuin. Thank you. Namanda, 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 namanda.